Hello friends, welcome to Insights ICANN Initiative. In today's video, we are going to discuss about following 4 topics such as PMAY, odd even scheme, grey infrastructure and Wolbachia mosquitoes. Before we discuss further, first we will see what is the theme of today's video. Now, today's theme of the day is ancient history. Especially when you are reading the ancient history, in topics such as Buddhism and Jainism, following areas you have to concentrate. They are principles being taught by like Gautam Buddha as well as Vardhaman Mahavira, sects, various sects in Buddhism such as like Hinayana and Mahayana. In the same way, various sects in Jainism as well. Okay, Shvetambaras and Digambaras, and kings who embraced particular religion, and the terminology associated with like Ashtanga Marga, Triratnas, like that, and Pitikas, those kind of terminologies, and places associated with the life of Buddha and Mahavira Jain, like Buddha's birthplace and where Buddha got enlightenment, Buddha's first preaching, the death of the Buddha, Mahaparinirvana, these kind of things. Then architectures and literatures associated with Buddhism and Jainism. So these are the areas you have to concentrate, especially when you are reading the Buddhism and Jainism topic as a part of ancient history. Now let us see some sample questions. Consider the following: deification of Buddha, second, trading the path of Bodhisattvas, third one, image worship and rituals. Which of the above are the features of Mahayana Buddhism? Mahayana includes image worship, trading the path of Bodhisattvas, as well as deification of the Buddha. Okay, deification, we can call it as in other way as well. So even in Hyderabad, Hussain Sagar as well, you will see the statue of Buddha. That is also the part of the Mahayana. So all these 3 are feature of Mahayana Buddhism. So try to understand the sample question, how the questions are being framed, okay, rather than simply looking at the answers. Now let us go back to our focused areas in this today's video. The first one is PMAY, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Why we are discussing this particular scheme today? Central government, they put around 4,000 crores on hold with respect to AP government, because Andhra Pradesh government, they are using their own name along with their own logo and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana as a part of that particular scheme. That means rather than using this entire name as a sole scheme name, they are adding their own scheme, they are adding their own logo, and union government having some reservations regarding this thing. So they put around 4,000 crores on a hold because of this particular issue. Now we will see some details regarding the Prime Minister Awas Yojana, what is the funding pattern and when is the target year, which ministry is implementing the scheme, as well as previously what is this scheme name. Okay, previously it used to known as Indira Awas Yojana, later it renamed as Prime Minister Awas Yojana Urban as well as Gramin. Now let's see. Andhra Pradesh, they altered the Prime Minister Awas Yojana into some other name such as PMAY YSR name. Because of that, they put around 4,000 crores on hold. Instead of PMAYJ, they use this particular name and use their own logo along with the union government logo. Now, regarding this Prime Minister Awas Yojana Gramin, it was launched in 1996 with the name of Indira Awas Yojana to provide housing to the rural area with the motto of housing to all by 2022. You know that affordable housing is also one of the sustainable development goal. Here, Indira Awas Yojana has been restructured into Prime Minister Awas Yojana Gramin from 1st April 2016. This particular scheme nodal ministry is Ministry of Rural Development. Okay students, try to answer this question. Which day we are celebrating as National Panchayati Raj Divas? Put your answer in the comment section. How the beneficiary will be identified in this particular scheme? So beneficiary will be identified by socio-economic caste census 2011 data. Based on that, the funding pattern of this particular scheme is in the rural area, in the rural area as well as in the normal plain area in normal states 60:40, whereas in the northeast state as well as the hilly area the percent funding pattern is 90:10. Targets to build around 1 crore households who are living in kacha houses or dilapidated, that means damaged houses, within 3 years from 2016 to 2018-19. Actually this scheme supposed to be terminated, supposed to be finished by 2019, but it is further extended till 2024. The scheme has been extended till 2024. So far still remaining around 2.5 crore houses are remaining pending. By constructing them as well, we can achieve the target of 2.95 crore Pakka houses by 2024. These are the details related to this particular scheme. With this, we are done with the first topic. Second, topic number 2. This is regarding the pollution in Delhi. Because of the severity in pollution, again Delhi government, they resorted back to the odd even scheme. Actually, if you go a little bit back, this odd even scheme, it is not only unique phenomena to Delhi. It was first time introduced in China in the context of Beijing Olympics to reduce the pollution. Later, it was introduced originally as a temporary plan. As it was giving the good results, it converted into permanent plan, and this kind of rationing with respect to the vehicles, it was later followed in various other cities as well. Here you have to understand, students, this particular program is applicable only to private vehicles, not to government vehicles. And of course, there are certain vehicles are exempted from this particular scheme as well, from this program. Those vehicles as well we will see. This is regarding the Delhi government. They are going to reintroduce the odd even scheme from 13th November to 20th November. Obviously, because during this time Diwali festival falls in this particular time. After Diwali festival, generally we will see increased level of pollution in Delhi and surrounding areas. This is to combat the severe air pollution. This odd even, it was first introduced in 2016 by then Aam Aadmi Party government. What is the main objective? The main objective is to reduce the vehicular pollution as well as to reduce the particulate matter level as well. You know that particulate matters are present in various various diameters, PM5, PM2.5, PM5, particulate matter and particulate matter 10. As the particulate matters are there, as they are becoming more fine and fine, this particulate matter, they are more dangerous, because the fine particulate matter, they can easily enter into the lungs and they can stuck in alveoli. What exactly this odd even this vehicular rule is all about? Private vehicles which their registration number ending with odd number, they are allowed to come outside only during the odd days. The even number vehicles, they are allowed to transport only in the even days. Where did this come from? This come from actually the system implemented for the first time in Beijing in 2008 in the pretext of Olympic Games, like I said earlier. Later, even though it was initially introduced as a temporary, later it turned out to be effective. Because of that, government made it to permanent. This kind of rationing in terms of traffic, later it was adapted in certain cities like Paris, Mexico and Bogota in South American continent. Next, exemption. Ambulances, hybrid and electric vehicles, VVIP, embassy vehicles, car driven by women, as well as all the vehicles which are using the CNG, they are exempted from this particular rule. And fines, obviously, if any vehicle, if they are not complied to this rule, initially they will be fined with 2000 rupees. So this is regarding the topic number 2. The third topic is regarding the grey infrastructure. According to one of the study, grey infrastructure in Indian city, it is also contributing to pollution a lot. Actually, infrastructure based on the climate friendliness, we can classify the infrastructure into 3 types: blue, green and grey infrastructure. Blue infra, under this, rivers, lakes, wetlands, floodplain, aquifer, all this comes under the blue infra. Whereas the green infra, forest, open space in towns such as parks, lawns, mangrove and urban farm, all this comes under the green infra. Whereas the grey infra, actually if you look at the grey infra such as dam, seawall, pipe, embankment, water treatment plant, the common thing among all these is the concrete, usage of concrete. As the grey infrastructure is increasing, what does means? It amounts to more usage of the concrete, which is indirectly causing the pollution. Let's see. A report released by the Energy Policy Institute, it is based on Chicago. It shows that out of the 50 most polluted cities in the world, 39 present are in India. And the expansion of the grey infrastructure is also one of the reason I'm saying here, one of the reason behind rising pollution in Indian cities. Grey infra. This grey infra is created by the human engineered infrastructure. Already I named some of the infra come under the grey infrastructure. So generally this grey infrastructure, generally it will be used to treat water and sewerage plants. Blue and green infrastructure, I mentioned earlier, blue and green infrastructure, they combine both urban infrastructure as well as as well as like climate related combination as well. That means infra plus ecological restoration and urban connection with nature. Example for blue as well as green infra are given the examples. Miyawaki forest is also one of the best example for the green infra in cities. That was about the third topic. Now the topic number 4, Wolbachia bacteria. Here we are injecting Wolbachia bacteria into mosquito so that in mosquito virus will not be replicated. Mosquito carries certain viruses which are causing diseases such as dengue and some other diseases such as Zika, chikungunya. So when you are able to stop the replication of virus inside the mosquito, that means that mosquito is no longer acting as a vector. So the disease will not be spread. For that, what we have to do? We have to introduce this Wolbachia bacteria into mosquito. Actually, it is a maternal type of gene. So this mosquito infected with this bacteria, it spreads from mother to rest of the mosquitoes. Over the period of time, these mosquitoes, they don't breed virus inside their body, so that we can stop the spread of these diseases. Here, Wolbachia bacteria, they block the proliferation of harmful virus inside the mosquitoes. You know that most of the mosquitoes borne diseases, they occur in tropical as well as a subtropical region. Okay, and majorly these diseases are caused by female Anopheles mosquito. Significance: this Wolbachia bacteria can be used, this technique can be used to control the spread of viral diseases which are transmitted by mosquitoes such as dengue, Zika as well as chikungunya. Yesterday also I told you that Zika outbreak, it was observed in few villages in Karnataka. This is when mosquitoes carry this Wolbachia bacteria, when they mate with mosquitoes without Wolbachia, that resulted to offspring which consist of Wolbachia bacteria. And this Wolbachia bacteria is not going to affect human at all. It only affects viral replication inside the mosquito. This is the topic number 4. Now let's see yesterday's video MCQs. Consider the following statement with regard to the provision of joint sitting in the Indian Constitution. In the absence of the speaker, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, chairman of the Rajya Sabha never presides the joint sitting. Speaker, deputy speaker or deputy chairman, that's it. First statement is wrong. This provision is not available for a constitutional amendment, right? So answer is B, true only. Joint sitting is not available for constitutional amendment as well as a money bill. Question number 2. Champions of the Earth Award that recognizes outstanding environmental leaders from the public and private sector was established by, Food and Agriculture Organization. It is based in Rome. Third one. In which of the following states is Amangar Tiger Reserve located? Uttar Pradesh. Straightforward question. Prachand, mentioned in the news recently sometimes, it is light combat helicopter. Okay. Light combat aircraft is Tejas. Fifth one. How many nations does Qatar share land border with? Only one nation. Now we will see today's video question. Wolbachia method is sometimes talked about with reference to which one of the following? Read these 4 statements and pick the right one. Mains question. With a brief background of quality of urban life in India, introduce the objectives and strategy of the Smart City program. So introduce the objectives and strategies of the Smart City program. This is today's video mains question. Now as we reach to the end of this video, in this particular video, we discussed about following these 4 topics along with the theme of the day. And this is the detailed analysis of the current issue related to this particular day. Thank you.